At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more thing?
That's right. Person that no one would have suspected. You figured it out, kitten.
It's Dahlia. Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was...
a ghost!
And that person is... Dahlia Hawthorne.
Ooh.
Dahlia Hawthorne? I've never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time. There is her name right there. What's this? So who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne.
Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life.
I am a spirit medium. The dead?
Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago.
Killed in a crime? You don't mean...
Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. Stop giving me your damn accent.
You said she was killed, but was she really?
What are you implying?
Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost to the Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found.
She was declared... Ugh. He's trying to sneak in again. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. Oh, silly Mia. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead.
But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are.
Even if you couldn't, Miss Faye, you're not saying...
This hair keeps getting in my eyes.
Cut your damn bangs.
That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Ms. Dahlia Hawthorne. Thank God. What?
Now that we got that out of the way. Nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. What? But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist.
I understand.
I don't!
If I could expose her true nature, I could turn this whole case on its head.
I mean, I got that.
Now's my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm.
Because I have a power fetish.
Witness, just who are you anyway?
I'm... I didn't think it'd come to this. It's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself.
Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far.
You don't mean...
Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all our witnesses.
What did he say?
And it looks like the kid knew. He knew our true identity from the get-go.
No way, but then why?
If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Butterflies and all.
But I thought she died 5 years ago.
Well, she clearly fucking didn't. We thought so as well, but, I mean, that is the sexiest corpse ever.
Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years?
That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental involving her sister.
Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at another murder scene.
Oh, silly Mia. Really, Miss Fay, your strategy is clearly obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost.
How dare you?
Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Fay must be insane to suggest that she murdered her.
What?
Okay, can I point out there's some hypocrisy here?
What?
Earlier, whenever we were making conjectures about stuff that seemed stupid for someone to do, like him not tossing the body off the bridge instead of putting it in the car, he was just like, that's stupid, you're dumb. And now he's just like, you're suggesting she killed her own sister, that's stupid, you're dumb.
I was gonna say it's more like, okay, so you're saying she didn't kill her sister, but you're saying Terry Falls killed his girlfriend.
I mean, they don't know they were boyfriend and girlfriend, likely because they didn't exactly make it public knowledge, because, if I remember correctly, he was 22, and she was 14.
She's 19 right now. He's 25.
Okay, so he would have been 20, and she was 14.
Well, 21, I think, but okay.
It's 5 years.
No, 20, right, okay.
So yeah, not gonna go spreading that around.
I guess. I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Fay, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion?
Does he?
What possible reason would this witness have for killing your beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning. Suddenly he's turned it around on me.
I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten.
That's him again.
The defense is prepared to present evidence supporting our claim. Bitch!
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Huh. What makes you think they're empty, boy? Oh shit. It's me against me. Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets.
I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No. You're just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me.
The rashness of youth, how charming. He says as freaking Diego is speaking for her.
This coming from someone younger than me.
I feel like training under Von Karma makes you age prematurely.
Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Fay, what motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne? Diamond.
Diamond. What is this? Is it the defense's idea of a joke? Okay, can I just ask something real quick? Since we obviously don't have the real diamond, would this be like just a drawing of it that we're just holding up?
It's just done in crayon.
He's like, this diamond! Holds up like a Minecraft diamond.
If so, I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Fay? Oh, that was the rashness of youth.
Oh, so that wasn't it. Okay.
Her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
For murdering her own sister. No. Stam. No. Maybe it's the note because her sister knew she was alive. Or it's Mr. Falls. Because her sister... what is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke?
The story starts after Terry Falls' escape.
Yay!
He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It's gonna be so weird when we get to the, when we get to like, Dual Destinies and whatnot, because those are gonna have to be played for my DS and I won't have save states. It's gonna, like, be really bad. Because if you get a game over, you gotta start from the last save. And we get, like, 2 saves per game. I told her I wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth. There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie. To keep her mouth shut permanently.
Rebel! A terrific story, Miss Fay. If you like fiction, that is.
Getting so sick of this.
Enlighten the court, Miss Fay. What was his secret that was so important? Where's your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne in Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all.
Oh yes, I know this secret.
The freaking only piece of evidence you haven't used.
Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. Ooh, what testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters.
Or you could just say it.
Very well, I grant your request for further testimony. Man, it doesn't get you anymore.
Because I'm sitting here doing a voice that's almost the exact same.
I know it will be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf?
God damn your Canadianness. Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge.
Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia? This will be the last time you hide beneath your womanly wiles.
Boobs.
She has none. Nice flat chest, bitch.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a new raw diamond. My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge.
Why?
I felt like it. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm. Where? That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. Objection! Your dress wasn't wet. Yeah, just kidding. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money. So I decided to change my identity and start a new life. Where? So, question.
Answer.
If she said she shot him after they made the exchange, where's the diamond? Is that just something to press? The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe that after all that, she murdered her own sister? Preposterous.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Fay? Yes, Your Honor? As you've heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping.
Bull.
I ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination.
I'll be so gentle it'll be like I'm smothering her with a pillow.
Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again.
We're not allowed to fight, and let's twist some arms. Listen up. We still got that info. The ace up our sleeve. You know, hint, hint, diamond, hint, hint.
What info?
Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. I know it's on an evidence page all on its own, but come on. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged.
That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Nia.
Also, I have a subliminal message from somewhere that Dahlia is a bitch.
That's her secret.
That she's a bitch.
Not there.
No. And she made the exchange. Press.
Press?
I think press.
Okay, you were correct. I was already on the page, so I figured I might as well. That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were being held hostage.
Yes, but actually that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. Ah, well, that didn't do much. Let's see. Ransom price.
I heard the diamond is valued in the neighborhood of $2 million. $2 million? What's that in Canadian?
It was still uncut, so it was about the size of a pint of milk. Damn, that's a big thing.
A $2 million pint of milk. I don't know what to think about that. I have a friend in Louisiana who would probably love it very much.
It's like the most expensive wine of milk. Defendant demanded that her sister, Valerie, make the exchange. Not as a detective, of course, but as an individual.
By the way, I want to ask you, Mr. Edgeworth, why do you think he wanted to make the exchange up there on that mountain? If he ever got surrounded, it would be hard to escape.
There's one thing a kidnapper wants to prevent, and that's police involvement. In a place like that, it would be easy to tell if he was being followed. With only one entrance to the mountain, he was ensuring his safety. Otherwise, you're talking about things like guns that can, like, hit you from range. What a wickedly clever man Mr. Falls is.
Yeah, right. It was all your plan.
Anyway, Valerie brought me the diamond to the mountain and... after she made... I survived. So I decided to change my identity, start a new life.
I'm gonna press this first thing.
Eh.
Did you and Mr. Falls have a relationship?
Yes, as a tutor.
You were tutoring him, Mr. Falls.
No, of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Mr. Falls came to the house to tutor me.
That makes sense. 5 years ago, she was only 14.
He probably came up with the kidnapping plan during that time. The Hawthorns are in the jewelry trade and are quite wealthy, you see.
Quite the clever fellow, that Mr. Falls. Did I hear him right? Did he just call Mr. Falls a clever fellow?
Present Mr. Falls, not a clever man.
Oh, shit, but okay, not guilty. I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment.
Because she was going on about, he's going to use the knife, and he's like, no, he shoved me off. Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed, and I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin, ooh.
And in the next instant... whee! I advised the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift. It was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. So, when I died, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place.
When I died, I
Whoops! Slip of the tongue.
When I died.
Totally did make a deal with the devil and am now a demon. I'll never forget that day, because it was the second time I died. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. And just one little shove from behind, that was it. Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river. Damn, that was a lengthy press for no additional information.
And that's why you hid your identity.
Yes, I only told my sister.
Valerie Hawthorne, eh?
Yes, she's the only one who knew about me. Meanwhile, legally, this witness has... Goddamn, was that gumshoe sneaking in there?
Yeah, that was a bit of gumshoe and was otherwise just you.
Damn. Meanwhile, this witness has been deceased for 5 years.
You're gonna make him Pearl next.
I didn't want something like that to happen to me ever again. So I decided to keep my identity as something never knew.
And that new identity was Melissa Foster, right?
Yes, my sister helped give me the official paperwork.
Please stop, that hurts. That makes sense. Without an insider's help, doing all the paperwork would have been impossible.
She was the only person. Yeah, okay. Jeez, I can't even understand it at that point.
Just stop, damn it.
And you think I killed her? There's no way I would.
Have you lost the ability to do this properly?
Look, we're at a stopping point here. My trying to guess what the game wants us to press in order to continue has failed so far, so now I'm entertaining myself. It's the moment of truth for this witness, too. Wants the truth about this staged kid... Sorry, I almost stuck up on me. Once the truth about this staged kidnapping comes out, everyone in the court will know how much of a Jezebel she really is.
I've just got to prove that kidnapping was a hoax.
Now, how do we prove that I was kidnapped? So, I don't really know what we have that would prove she was, like, prove the thing was faked, you know?
I'm just gonna try presenting the diamond on everything.
What about the area map?
How would that help?
Just thought, but it was already broken then too, right?
Yeah.
So I don't brought it to the bridge. Like maybe it's that it was staged because no one would. Oh, I got it. It was staged because the area map shows that it was already broken, and that he would literally have nowhere to go but through the police officer should this have been a real thing.
Alright, where do I put that?
Brought it to the bridge, I think.
Nope.
Damn it, I thought that was a good one. You get what I was getting at, though?
I think so, yeah. Alright, that didn't work.
Alright, we done with that? Okay. Kidnapped. Do we have something that... Because this could be another one. What did the thing say? College student. Younger sis. Wait, what does it say about Dahlia? Victim of the commander fell from bridge, no body found. Okay. Yeah. What does it say about Mr. Falls? This is the death. Okay. And the officer. Look, I don't tell you to go back. Youth officer, key witness against Falls 5 years ago.
Alright, here's Gumshoe.
Showing me off the bridge from behind.
Oh! That was it.
Which,
The bridge map on the part about shoving her off from behind.
so it was the map. Okay.
It was the map, but it wasn't on the one that you suggested, so that's before, so that's why I stopped for a bit.
Claiming partial credit.
Yeah, I'll give you partial credit. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you to the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe.
But it's true. I felt the push on my back.
Because right beneath that is Cliff.
Yeah. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls.
Heh, Fall. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said that's impossible.
'Cause you would have died. Impossible?
I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you have claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible.
That is a very minor detail. Because again, we're talking directions of pushing again. Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may not have been higher back then.
Or may have been higher.
Shut up.
But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
Ariak.
You're right. If the events occurred just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see, I...
Just a moment, Your Honor.
No.
It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back end of the bridge.
What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's plausible Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge.
If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct?
Now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
You can't be serious.
And then I was nude.
Order! Order in the court! Be quiet, kid.
Nom nom nom.
Seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Not now, Mia. There's no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot at the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again I'm forced to say, that's impossible.
Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Oh, wait.
Because it's a narrow-ass river?
No, because
the sides are really freaking high.
Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo.
Look at this photograph.
Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge.
I think those are ropes.
They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground, and shut up. It would be impossible to push someone off from there.
To be fair, you could push it between them, but that'd be a lot harder to do in a panic. But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't have been a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over.
Not with a bullet in his shoulder. So young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh.
Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm.
Oh.
Eh?
Oh.
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him at point-blank range.
That's not a vowel.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this?
Can I have a lollipop?
Kid, I will smack you in the head with my hammer.
You're mean. Child abuse.
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? And I just heard a tiger roar.
Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark?
Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She could have saved me. Saved me from my kinks. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide.
Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did.
'Cause you're a crazy bitch.
You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current. But even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? Finally!
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of the Eagle River.
Finally, we can use it.
It's not a box, but it'll do! 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
Ah! No. It can't be.
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million. $2 million. She was going to keep it all for herself.
Freaking cut your bangs, woman.
She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping.
I'm rich.
At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
I'm too young to have a purse.
Uh-oh, she's in demon mode. Why, that's simply ridiculous.
Order! Order! I don't know my voices anymore.
Your Honor, 5 years ago, this witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? The D word.
This woman is a demon.
D word.
There was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plan as well? Or plot?
Oh, she was a detective then. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister, Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, and she wrote it in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
D word.
A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
It's gonna happen again?
Who is that, laughing at a time like this?
Bitch mode unlocked. Forgive me, I just find it hilarious.
Oh, witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you?
Evidence?
Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14, I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister.
Well,
And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that...
Well, Miss Fey? I don't know.
What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something?
How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago?
You can't.
I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you are. I like how she gets slightly British when she's evil.
Is this it? Is it really over? The girl has made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Without evidence the trial is over? Who decided that?
Mr. Armando!
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
Testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car and then went to meet with them. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There is only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person who could testify to that demon woman's crimes?
Dahlia Hawthorne. No, just kidding.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant.
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation, and Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls.
Rebel!
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
I have no fucking clue anymore. Whatever. Why not? The prosecution has no objection.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
I feel like this is the last leg.
Yeah, probably. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. For all I have left.
Now, I have a bad feeling about this.
Why?
Because he said he'll do whatever Dahlia tells him to do. And he only had questions for Valerie, who he thought betrayed them. He didn't think that Dahlia was just taking the thing for herself. So he may just incriminate the shit out of himself.
Phoenix was doing that in the first case.
Exactly.
And then he turned around and was like, okay, you know what? Here.
Yeah, this guy is not as smart.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
I don't believe it. No way.
See, there you go.
Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
There you go.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne, or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Dahlia, did you betray me? 5 years ago, she promised never ever betray each other.
Terry.
That was Dahlia.
Dahlia,
That's why I said it in that voice.
it's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there's one thing I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Dahlia.
And there went the guillotine.
I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial.
Fucked. We're fucked.
Witness!
Girl!
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize. You know, this judge has got to be even worse than the one we normally have. He's intimidated by the defendant. I mean, granted, he is.
Water, please, water.
I guess that iron ball makes him thirsty.
Can't talk. Need water.
Oh well, I guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself.
Ooh,
I'm getting a poison flashback.
Diego's been drinking that coffee this whole time.
Yeah.
so-
But, Dahlia is a manipulative bitch.
Okay.
Who could have left poison over there at the witness stand?
I feel like that would be noticed.
It's on the
Plus
other side
also
of the
don't-
court.
Plus, also, don't people get patted down before they get brought into court? So they can't, like, pull out a gun or something?
I mean, that's a wispy-ass dress.
Who Terry Falls saw.
that day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of Bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on Bridge. I watched my car from Bridge. I never put no body in that car.
Lies.
Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me.
Lies.
Wait, what? No, he said he never put no body in the car.
No, it was lies where he said he was waiting on the bridge. He couldn't have been.
Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia.
Lie.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Fang. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Present witness photograph to show he was not waiting on the bridge.
Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think. Meh. Bull.
Gonna try what you said.
Witness.
Oh, wait, they switched! They switched spots! The car photo was here and the witness photo was here, but now it's different! Oh my god, they fucked it up. So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
Aww. Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fang.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did.
Bleh.
Stop chewing your ball. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go, a special place.
Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge?
Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love.
Oh, shit.
A memento?
5 years ago, I hid it under a base of tree there.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get.
That's a fucking poison bottle.
This little bottle on the necklace is your memento? It's quite charming. It looks empty.
Because he just fucking drank it.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock. But he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Ugh.
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
Ah.
Okay, Gumshoe. Indeed, there certainly wasn't enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it.
You're dying. Oh, yep, he's dying.
Huh? Mr. Falls?
No, seriously, he's dying.
Yeah, Rhino, you don't need to say it 10 billion times! Jesus Christ.
That's enough. Please.
A witness?
I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle.
No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess.
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we're so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls!
Mr. Armando, thanks for the coffee.
Mr. Falls! He fell down.
Well then.
And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Tee.
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando,
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten.
it's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Mia.
Godot's theme is currently playing, so
I don't know what his theme is.
it's like smooth jazz.
Ooh. So yeah, hintity hint. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando,
That was an unnecessary dramatic move.
no matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories or the coffee, they always fade over time, and you file them away and eventually forget them.
Oh right, he was reading all this.
1 year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case.
No, my pink sweater betrayed me.
Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes.
I'm a murderer. Tee.
The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Is he hooked up to an IV?
What?
Look right above his head.
Holy shit, I think he is. Why is he hooked up to an IV? Why is he in the hospital? Because look,
I mean,
he has like on a nightshirt and it looks like he's in a weird kind of bed.
it looks kind of like he's just in the office. I just don't know what that thing is.
Pretty sure that's
Yeah.
an IV.
At least that's what I thought at the time. Yeah, he is.
It
Yeah.
looks like he might be in a hospital.
Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that's made me remember all this. Turnabout Beginnings, the end. That was 3.5 hours, and that's counting your goddamn phone calls.
Not much I can do about that.
I know, but still. Bridge to the Turnabout. The fight. Hey, Rhino. Rhino, I think I know something that's going to be important next case.
Dahlia? And poison?
I was going to say the bridge.
Oh.
The bridge.
It doesn't have as good of a ring to it as the box.
The box.
The box.
bridge. It was the box. It was the bridge. It was the box. It was the bridge.
It's always the B word. The bitch.
The badge. Next time. Oh, wait, hang on. I want to see what this is. Oh, it focuses on Edgeworth for some reason.
Oh. Neat.
All right, well.
Look how poofy his neck scarf was then. It was bigger than his head.
Poof.
Poof.
Next time, we'll take on Bridge to the Turnabout, the final case of Trials and Tribulations.
I bet it gets a Phoenix picture.
No, it's stupid. It's obviously going to be Pearl.
I'd go for that.
I have been Max Fay and also the judge for once.
Yes. And I was Rhino Edgeworth and Dahlia the Demon.
And also Armando.
Oh, right, I was him too. I was Armando, or as I like to call him, Protogo.
Protogo. We'll see you next time for the bridge to the turnabout. Oh, also, no, I did not press the GG button. We did not get a GG.
That's true. That was not a GG moment. Someone died, damn it. In the courthouse.
I also didn't press it because it's currently out of my reach.
No. No pushing. Coffee.
I'm gonna do it.
No.
I'm gonna do it.
No. You monster.
Now see, it's a GG because we eventually got Dahlia killed.
Yay!
Eh? What if I combined that with Winston's scream? Yay! Hey, I spent the whole case trying to get you to laugh at it. I managed.
Oh, god damn it.
Goodbye. Whoosh. Boom, boom.